Hey guys, I just got back from the major this week and it made me want to tell you guys something that I think the Dota community needs to hear. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what do you guys need to hear? May I ask, or may you ask? And the answer is that I believe this community is perceived to be very toxic. A lot of people outside of Dota think the community comes off as toxic because we tell them it's toxic. And a lot of us complain about the toxicity of the community. And I think very rarely does good news ever make it on the news in general. And in this case, the news being YouTube. So I just got back from Berlin, and this was my first live event in 4 years, give or take. Before COVID was the last time I went to a live event with an audience. And let me just tell you guys, I was pretty blown away. I had countless people coming up to me, being super friendly, and all of them were supportive or enthusiastic, or you could just tell they loved the game of Dota. And they were just expressing their passion of like, BSJ, I made it from Guardian to Crusader. And some of them even be like, I'm Herald now, it's your fault. You know, it's like jokes, I hope. But man, like everybody, literally everybody was super friendly, and nonstop what I heard was that you guys appreciated my YouTube videos. I don't think I had a single person come up to me during the entire event that said, thank you for your Twitch stream, I watch you all the time. No. So those Twitch idiots, if you're one of those, I apologize, can go suck it. Because you YouTube audience, let me tell you, you guys, I felt the love. Like I absolutely felt the love during this event. And I think what I learned from this event is how much the internet jades our perspective on like everything. And while that may be obvious, you know, the internet's always lying, you know, yada, 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 whoa, internet, big scary place. I myself was kind of convinced that the Dota community was toxic and negative. Like, and it's not because any other reason than you just hear it all the time. Like when I kind of thought to myself, I was like, you know, most of my games are not that bad. If I do have a bad Dota game where there was a toxic guy, it's usually only one. And that means that's 11% of the people in my games if one person every game was toxic. And I feel like we're kind of like the quiet majority that is getting derailed by the vocal minority being the toxic people. And what I'm here to tell you guys is that if you feel like the Dota community is toxic, but you feel like you're not toxic and you are contributing positively to the Dota community, seek out others like you, because there are a lot of you. Don't be silent. Like, don't let the toxic minority basically dictate the environment, the ambiance that we surround ourselves with in every single game. And I also encourage you guys, if you have the financial means or just location wise, I encourage you to go to an event like the major if you have that opportunity. I encourage you guys to seek out LANs, some form, like it could be like a local LAN just like within a university. That was my first exposure to a Dota LAN, was one at Cal Poly. I encourage you guys to seek out Dota people IRL, and I think you guys will get a very different view and a very different perspective of the community that you're currently in. I think one of the biggest problems with this community, I'm a perpetrator of this problem as well, is the never-ending negative feedback loop of this community is so toxic. Like, I managed to make it through it, you know, like it's so good, like I made it through these pubs, but man, I hated my teammates, but oh, this community, but I still love the game. At the end of the day, guys, I had an epiphany when I was in Berlin. Like, I really did have an epiphany of sorts where clearly we are being jaded. Clearly, not everyone in this community is a toxic Twitch troll. Even a guy that trolled me, he came up to me at the event and said, BSJ, I shouldn't have told you that one time that you sucked in this one freaking game, but I'm sorry, man, but I just love trolling Twitch streamers, and I know I was toxic, but I'm sorry. And he came up to me on his own volition and said that to me. And it's like, I feel like half the toxic people, you know, they probably just get off on some, you know, power trip of like, hey, I made the streamer real angry, let's shit talk him. And they're not actually toxic most of the time. So it's like, then you eliminate another percentage of the toxic people that we're also worried about, especially as a streamer, that I see, maybe as a Twitch chatter, you would see them too. Maybe you see them in the YouTube comments, the people that seem like they know it all. They seem like they're better than the YouTuber at the game when they're actually like 1K MMR. You guys know who you are. We all know who I'm talking about right now. It's okay. You know, maybe one day you'll have an epiphany of your own. But I really do encourage you guys to seek out other positive members of the community. You know, I am trying to establish my Discord community. I would love to hear feedback from you guys, either on my Twitch channel, YouTube comments, Discord channel. As long as you @ me, I usually read the messages. That's something that I've started to try to build within my stream, my Discord, as well as my YouTube. And I haven't really actively reached out on YouTube to you guys. And this is my first time that it's really hit me that you guys are by far my most positive audience. By far. You guys all want to get better at Dota. You're all trying to use my videos to learn how to be a better Dota player. Some of you are learning the life lessons that I try to instill along the way that I'm learning. And some of you are just tryhard grinders. But I felt your guys' love at the Berlin Major. I can't repeat that enough. Everybody who came up to me that had a nice thing to say was you guys saying how much you love this content. And there are a lot of you. This is a reminder to the people at the deep depth corners of the internet that have never met a real Dota player IRL. This is a reminder to the people at the Berlin Major. Like, this isn't me bragging, saying there were so many of you that love my content. It's so many of you were so passionate about Dota. You spoke about the game just with so much love, just raw passion and love for the game. And there's so many of you guys. And if you came up to me and you had that slight thought in the back of your mind that it could just be you, that, you know, I'm nervous to tell BSJ this because, you know, I'm the only person that's ever said something nice in the Dota community. And the answer is just no. The answer is not. There are a lot of you out there, and I think it really is about time that we kind of take our game back. You know, this video alone ain't gonna accomplish the entire goal. It may not even make a dent, but part of the reason I think this community is like dying in the sense that the players are slowly but surely not playing. Reminder that the players are still watching. They're still a part of the community. They're just not playing. Is because the new players hear the rumors and they see us on Reddit when they ask, should I try Dota? And everyone's like, no, turn back before you ruin your life, you know? I didn't see people at the Major whose lives were ruined. I didn't hear from people whose lives were ruined by this game. I heard about nonstop love for learning, the game itself, and just overall good vibes. And there is a lot of that in the Dota community, even if it is the quiet majority. And that's what I wanted this Dota Diary video to be about. And that was that it can be a life changer to go to one event like that, to meet some amazing people. And that is the one thing as a streamer that I suffer from, is not being able to meet enough people. I think that a lot of us who live on the internet, you know, I'm an introvert. I'm not telling you guys, hey, all the extroverts out there, get on out there. Because I understand as an introvert that easier said than done, for sure. But we can all take our small doses. We all have that little bit of charge on our social battery in order to go out there and interact. Go touch some grass, as the internet memes about it. But it's not even grass, it's just talking to a person that loves the game of Dota. And we all know that you Dota players, I've seen it in chat, I've seen it in the comments, I've seen it. You guys could talk about Dota all freaking day. I could too, as you see with my videos and my Twitch streams, that I kind of have to. But you guys just love to. And that's what this community really is all about, is a shared love for what I believe and what many of you believe to be the best game in the world. I really hope you guys appreciated this video. I hope it gives you a little something to think about at the very least. And maybe it'll get some of you out there doing something. Joining me in my fight against the toxic minority. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.